Things will be okay. So let's see what's going on for you guys. Okay. So I feel almost like in the past, we have had a lot of struggles. There's a lot of struggles. So let me just get the rest of the other cards coming out. You've got the star card, so definitely some healing coming through. So I'm going to say this. For those of you who are engaged in some type of a conflict with another person, this can be verbal, or this can just be, like some type of conflictual situation between you and another person, especially in your household. I feel that that situation is coming to an end. And I feel as well that I want you to just think about it like this, especially if it's like somebody, a family member. I feel harmony being brought back into the household. So whatever conflict that you've had in the past, it is ending, okay? Because external to your environment is basically the end to conflict card. And as a result of it, I feel like there's going to be a lot more stability to be had in your household unit. So first of all, I see cards that represent a lot of struggles in the past. You have the Ten of Swords in the past position, which is basically, the worst of it is over. You can breathe again. So this is like the exhale card. I also feel like a lot of information has been revealed to you within the past few months, where you are going to have to make some very, very strong, clear decisions about the state of either your marriage or the state of your household environment, where you're going to live, if you still want to be in the current marriage that you're in. Because what I'm feeling is we do have the Four of Wands in the reverse in the outcome. So I feel like a lot of information came to light with the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords also indicates a decision that one person makes in order to move themselves forward in a positive light, but it's also a decision that is made unilaterally, meaning it doesn't concern another person. So it's just you making this decision, or somebody making a decision for you, where it's not up for debate. Okay, so something has been unilaterally made and it's moving you along to a better situation. For a lot of you, you might just be, be scoping out a new house, looking, researching into a new property, a new house situation. And I feel as well for a lot of you, you're reassessing, a major relationship, significant relationship, either like family relationship or a significant love relationship in your life, to see whether or not you can take it to the next level, or to see whether or not it is still up to par with what your expectations are. Okay, so I feel that definitely some major shifts, some maneuvering that is going to be required of you coming through for the next few months. So in the past, there was a lot of struggle, which brings us to this point with the Three of Swords in the reverse position. I mean, if this card is going to fall out, it's best in the reverse. So I feel like for a lot of you, the healing process has been somewhat tenuous. It has been difficult, but I feel like you're coming into March with a lot of optimism, with a lot of hopeful energy, where there are things that you have to let go because it's not going anywhere. So you have no choice. You have to let it go. Because like I said, I feel like a decision was made unilaterally. It wasn't up for debate. And so you're trying to move forward. What is preventing you from moving forward is communication from the external environment, okay? So you have the Eight of Wands here. This is usually a love-focused type of communication, where communication is coming from you very, very swiftly. You are going to have to sift through fact from fiction, because I feel like a lot of you, you're in a very, very unhappy, especially if it's like a dating situation or a romantic encounter. You're in a very unhappy situation right now. You have made up your mind that, I'm going to let it go, and there's communication which is blocking you from actively moving on. You might have broken up in the past, and now, you are trying to move on with your life. Some healing has started. A decision has been made in your mind. There's communication blocking you coming in from whoever it is that you're dealing with. And the relationship is really not going anywhere, but I feel like you might be in danger of stepping back into it, because we do have the Fool in the reverse, which indicates doing the same things over and over again and expecting different results. So in your immediate future, I do feel we have the Ten of Cups as well, which is it's not working out. You've been through it. So break out of this cycle, scope out new territory, scope out new people, and ally yourself with new things, because this situation seems very cyclical and it's really not going anywhere. Okay. So move forward. The advice here is the Star. So something is going to cross your path that will allow some type of breakthrough for you to move forward. I feel like you're just like, I'm tired of the old. I'm blocking it out. I'm scoping out new people, new territory. A lot of you might even be, starting the dating process again, and scoping out your potential candidates just to make sure they're really single, like they claim. Okay. So a lot of you are doing a little bit more investigation into people before you get involved with them, which is great. This is great. Just don't let this obsession with like that, if you were to do a hashtag stalker status, just don't let it overwhelm the experience. Okay, so just give people the benefit of the doubt, and also, just live life a little bit more, just ease up a little bit, because Sagittarius, when you like something, you can be very, very intense. Okay, so just ease up a little bit on that, and don't obsessively, figure out, like, are they really married? And the snooping is not really helping. It has never been helpful in any type of a relationship. So just try to curb that tendency, okay, to excess. So what's coming through though is, I feel you have some very, very strong healing cards here. That struggle is over. That situation is being left behind. And a lot of you are moving into a very optimistic, very good phase in your life. Okay, so I feel like this is also the wish card. This is also the card that denotes to me things are starting to stabilize for you. You're starting to feel comfortable in your own skin again. A lot of healing for those of you who might have dealt with like health situations. A lot of healing is starting to take place, and you're feeling really, really good, mobile, agile, and things are looking up for a lot of you. I also feel as well that there's just this overwhelming sense of optimism showing up in your life. Things might not come the way that you want in March, but I feel like right around the corner, because you're leaving old things behind, old energies behind, you're changing your mindset and you're choosing not to get yourself stuck in this environment. A lot of you might still be here trying to find that outlet, that way out. And I just want to say that, changing your life doesn't mean the universe is going to step in and bring new things for you. You have to take those steps and mentally, emotionally, physically step out of this phase before the universe can shuffle things around to move you and to bring other positive things into your path. So I hope that makes sense. It's not about, for example, you're in a bad relationship and you're just like, okay, I'm going to try online dating while I'm still in this relationship just to see what's out there, what's around the corner. It doesn't work like that. You can't jump from one thing immediately to the next. You need to actively get over this one thing before things will shuffle together, and before things will start coming together. So there is going to be like a monthly gap before things will propel forward, before new opportunities to come in. And that's why I always try to advise clients, leave this behind. It's going to take you some time to mourn it before new things can cross your paths. Okay, so that's what I'm getting here. A lot of you are kind of like jumping from one thing, hoping to immediately land into the next. But life and energy doesn't work that way. There has to be some subsiding of old energies before new energies can happen for you. Okay, so external to your environment here, we do have the Five of Swords in the reverse. This is a situation where I feel for a lot of you, you were in an environment where it tested your sense of integrity. Um, this card is basically in the upright position. It's like a victory at somebody else's expense. In the reverse position, it's one of the best cards in the deck because it denotes doing the honorable thing, walking away from a situation because you are trying to maintain your integrity. Okay, it has nothing to do with dignity. It's mainly your own personal sense of moral compass, not engaging yourself in a situation even though you are getting benefits out of it, because you know that somebody else is suffering as a result of it. So this is the Saturnian lesson. You have Saturn transiting your sun right now for a lot of Sagittarius, for Sagittarius rising and moon signs as well. Sagittarius deals with higher truths. It deals with like, I feel like Sagittarians are really, really honest people. And, you know, you're ruled by the planet Jupiter, which deals with religious, philosophical expansion and belief system. And you have a very strong moral compass. And I feel that this is what Saturn is trying to bring into your life and to try to let you learn. And it might have been a very difficult process, but I feel like for those of you who have been in a situation such as if you've been, you know, benefiting at somebody's expense, and you knew it wasn't like to your, it wasn't beneficial for your soul's growth, a lot of you are leaving that behind and you're coming to the point where I'm going to pursue my life in alignment with my own moral compass. So I'm going to check myself out of this situation where I might have been benefiting, and I'm going to move forward and just, you know, do something else where I don't hurt other people. Whereas for a lot of you, you might be on the receiving end and you're figuring out that, you know, somebody else is benefiting at my expense. So I'm going to remove myself from this situation and not be used and not be abused anymore. So I feel like that Saturn energy, that's what it was trying to tell you. And that's what it was trying to push you forward and to take ownership of your life, to follow your own sense of moral compass. The healing is taking place for this month for you to come to terms with this lesson, for you to realize that karma has to be balanced one way or the other, okay? Sometimes we don't see the immediate ramifications of karmic actions or karma coming back to roost, but a lot of the times we know it's going to come back, and when it comes back, it's not always pleasant. So a lot of you are refusing to get yourselves or to continue to put yourselves in a situation that was bad for you, because you are understanding that, you know, action and reaction, you don't have control over what other people are doing, but you do have control over your own perception of truth and what is right, so that you can move yourself out of this negative space in terms of and proceed ahead with something that is more righteous, that is more of a moral high ground. So it's a really beautiful energy, Sagittarius. So I feel like a lot of you are on the right track as well, and you're moving on in a very positive direction, okay? Your hopes and fears here, we do have the Emperor, which is basically divine protection as well. Things are going to be blocked out of your life that have not been good for you. Once, I feel like a lot of you are still here, so you want to get yourself here so that you can get some divine protection, okay? Whatever that has been troubling you, or people that have not been good for you, or circumstances that were not in your favor, you are going to be basically weaned out of it. And once you decide to sever those ties, once you decide to remove yourself from this troublesome environment, they're going to be blocked out of your life for good, okay? Which is really good, because a lot of the times people say that, you know, they can't like get rid of an ex, they can't like get rid of financial difficulties and things like that. It all requires like a mindset. a shift in your paradigm, a shift in the way that you're looking at how much control you have over your life overall. Once you come to terms with the fact that we have full control, and you know, like being stuck is really an illusion. Once we come into that mindset, then that's when the epiphany happens. That's when things start shifting for you energetically, to allow the universe to intervene and to help you. Okay, so if you have actively left a very troublesome relationship, they're going to be blocked out of your life. Okay, so things will start to subside, and then in the process of subsiding, you need it to take the time off to heal, and then the universe will bring in new opportunities for you. So they will be around the corner, and I do feel like sometime in April, May, especially the summer months, they're going to be very, very beneficial. Okay. A lot of you in the outcome position here are coming to a place where you're just like, okay, all of those blockages, all of those things were actually mental energies. They're just fears and anxieties that I was deluding myself into believing they were real. And now I'm stepping into my own power. I'm reclaiming my own territory, and I'm coming into a stronger sense of self. Okay, so all those swords are falling away, and you're basically, you have the green light to proceed ahead full speed without anybody holding you back. Okay, what's coming through as well is a lot of you are looking for new places to dwell. A lot of you are coming into realization. For example, if you've been eyeing somebody, if you have, you know, the hots for somebody, if you've been eyeing somebody, you might realize that you might realize that they have like entanglements with another person. You might realize that, oh, maybe they're married, maybe they're not going to leave. So you're coming into this space where I'm not going to wait around for this situation to end. I'm just going to move forward. A lot of you might be interested in somebody and you're not really sure of their marital status, and you're doing some fact checking or you're doing some research just to find out if they're legitimate. Okay, but the overall process here is what I'm feeling here is, you know, don't put your life on hold for another person. Go your own way and be the magician and the active, I guess, like person in your own life. Okay, create the life that you want and manufacture the life that you want. It has to be independent of another person. So that whole Saturn, it's not over yet, but I feel like this is like the first emergence or the first major lesson coming through with that Saturnian energy, where it is forcing us to, you know, snap out of our childhood fantasies and face up to the reality. It is forcing us to be self-reliant more than anything, because we can't be stable emotionally stable people unless we are ourselves self-reliant. Okay, so I feel like for the next few months the universe really wants you to focus on your financial foundation. This is possibly moving into a new home environment, making it so that it is yours, so that you feel comfortable in your home environment. So it's telling you to stabilize your foundation, and that can be your monetary financial foundation, or at least find an environment, a home environment where you feel at home. So it's the process of stabilizing your foundation so that good things can start coming in for you. Okay, so if you've been living in a house, I feel like a lot of you need to start doing the spring cleaning. A lot of you need to declutter your space. A lot of you need to, like, if your house is not, you're not happy there, find something else. Okay, there's like movements and travel happening for you as well. Take up those travel opportunities. Don't be afraid. Okay, so overall it is going to be a really, really positive next 2 weeks. I feel like the reading is overwhelmingly positive for you. So I hope that for those of you still stuck in this space here, that you can move yourself forward. Okay, I do wish you the best, Sagittarius.